How do I break the news to my husband about our son's new girlfriend? Plus all updates. I apologize for any issue with the post as I don't really use Reddit, but I couldn't think of anywhere else to ask for advice anonymously. I have 3 sons, 32, 28, and 26. All of my sons are very successful young men and are on their own. My oldest and youngest were always very outgoing and were kind of party animals in high school and college. My middle focused on his grades and future from a young age. He moved out the youngest into his own home. Anyway, my middle had a very bad ex-girlfriend. I would like to say worse, but I read the rules here. Basically, they dated since 17 and she cheated on him several times. My son never left because he loved her, but eventually he realized she was a bad woman and left her. Only took 8 years. Anyway, my oldest got married at 29, and my youngest is engaged. They give my middle son a lot of crap because he is single, but I always say that his ex kind of messed up his sense of love and confidence. They don't understand what he went through. My husband agrees. 6 months ago, he started dating this new girl that we just met yesterday. I was happy to hear that he found someone. She is very educated and smart, according to him. They have similar personalities and interest. Considering my middle is kind of a nerd, that made me very happy to hear. Anyway, I wanted to meet her immediately. My son said that she is very shy, and it would take her time. 6 months later, she told him that she is ready to meet us. So Friday afternoon, my husband decides to grill. Everyone comes over. Then my son and his new girlfriend show up. This beautiful girl walks in holding his hand and standing behind him. He was right. She is very shy. We all introduce ourselves, and we will call her Sadie. Sadie was quiet but said hi to everyone. She honestly associated the most with our dog that night. My sons go out and help their dad cook. My daughter-in-law goes out with my grandbaby, and soon-to-be daughter-in-law and her are best friends till they go out together. I ask if Sadie would like to help me finish the sides and chop some stuff. She says sure. I just ask how they met and typical conversations. Eventually, my middle son comes in and comes up behind her, pokes her booty. She gives him a really look and hits in the arm, and he grabs her and picks her up as they laugh. I say, put her down, don't be so rough on her. My son just says, okay, put her down and goes back out. I said, sorry. 3 boys. Sometimes they are a little too rough, but he is harmless. She said, I know he is. I used to wrestle with my dad and brother growing up too. I said, your mom let her daughter wrestle her older brother and dad? She said, well, I used to be a boy, so I guess it was different, and giggled. I froze. I said, what? Her face went snow white and immediate tears rolled down her face. She said, he didn't tell you. I went, no. She said, I think I should leave. I am sorry. I grabbed her and said, no, stay here. I said, does my son know? She said, yes, he knows. She then said, I always bring it up first date, so if there are issues, we don't waste each other's time. To be honest, I am very surprised, but my son has never been so happy, so I dropped it. I honestly just couldn't believe it. I mean, you would never know. She is gorgeous. She asked if I thought of her different. I said that you make my son happy, and as long as you treat him right, I won't care. She just said thank you. I called my son today because his dad wants to get to know her more and wants to go to dinner with just them and us. He said sure. I brought up our conversation, and he said he knows. He said that she is just really shy about it, doesn't talk about it at all. She just tried to run under the radar. He said that since you know, we need to tell Dad, but they discussed me kind of pre-telling my husband before tomorrow evening. Any idea on how, or should I tell my son before we go that he and her are going to have to do it? Any help would greatly appreciated, thank you. Update. Hello everybody. I would like just first say thank you for the kind words. Everything, believe it or not, went very well. I took the advice and told my husband earlier than I had planned. I told him at noon when we were going to pick up my son. We will call Sam and Sadie at 6. The conversation basically was fairly quick. I just told him I needed to tell him something, and he had to promise me not to be upset. He just said, "Speak." I just said, "Sadie is trans." He just went, "Okay." He said, "We'll talk later." I said something about dinner, and he just said, "We will talk later." I told Sam and told him I have his back. On the drive to Sam's place, I told my husband that Sam loves her and makes him happy. I explained it took a lot of courage from Sadie to be open with us right from the beginning. My husband just said we will talk later, and said I promise I will be on my best behavior. We go pick up Sam and Sadie. It was a nice restaurant, so my husband and Sam were in polos and dress pants. Sadie and I were in dresses. They looked so cute together when I saw them. They were matching and everything. We go to dinner and my husband is acting normal, just asking questions to Sam and Sadie about intentions, how they met, etc. After dinner, I give her a lot of credit. Sadie tried to bring it up with my husband. He just said, "Hold that thought, let's go get ice cream." Husband is obsessed with ice cream. We'll always find an excuse to get it. So we go as he is just telling jokes to everyone in the car and acting a fool, as he always does. We get there and ask what everyone wants. My husband's favorite is chocolate. Mine is cookies and cream, Sam's strawberry, and Sadie's is butter pecan. I promise this matters. We get our ice cream, and after a few mins, my husband says, "It's weird how there are so many different types of ice cream. When I was a kid, there was like 2 or 3. Now they have hundreds, it seems like." I was confused where my husband was going with this. He then said, "As long as the ice cream that you like tastes good to you and makes you happy, I don't mind forking out a few dollars for a smile." He then winked at Sam and Sadie. That was it. That was the discussion. We took them home, and he gave Sam and Sadie each a hug and told Sadie he hopes she can make it to more dinners on the weekends as we do them often. Sadie said that she will. All I have to say, I held my husband's arm the whole way home. I am guilty. I did give him a big present for it. Thank you everyone for your support and kind words. It seems everything is going to be fine. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.